What is going on, guys? It is Cameron Talks Football. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the Packers 2022-2023 record predictions. But before I do get into the video, I would like to say thank you for all the people that are still subscribed, even though I haven't posted a video in a little while. In between my last video and this one, I did make a quick little short on my fantasy team that I did draft. So hopefully you guys did check that out. It didn't take too long, but it's just something to for you guys to watch real quick. So now getting into the video, we are going to be looking at the Packers 2022 schedule and see how much it favors them, honestly. I would say that it is a good schedule for them. I would say it's actually a really easily winnable schedule at the beginning. So, first of all, actually, I would like to say that the Bills, I would like to congratulate the Bills for what they did. They released Matt Ariza. If you guys don't know what Matt Ariza did, it was a really bad thing. Him and three other teammates, R, R word, a 17-year-old girl. I can't say it on YouTube because I don't want this video to get possibly taken down. But yeah, it was a 17-year-old girl off campus. He even admitted to it. So that's good that the Bills did release him. Hopefully, he does go to jail. Hopefully, the Browns should have done something about the same as what he did to that girl. So hopefully, Deshaun Watson can get suspended for at least a whole year. That would be the bare minimum at the most jail time, like Matt Ariza should get. But now getting into the video, like I was wanting to talk about. So first, they play the Bears. The Bears, oh, they're easily gonna win that game right there. Oh no, sorry. The first game is against the Vikings. Sorry, the first game is against the Vikings. All right, so they play the Vikings first. I think they're gonna lose this game, honestly. I think they're gonna lose this game. I think the Vikings are actually I think it's gonna be between them and the Vikings for the division. I think they're gonna lose this game. I think Justin Jefferson, I think this is where he's gonna have a statement game to show why he should be the best receiver in the league for this year. I think he's gonna have a great year. I think he's honestly gonna win offensive player of the year. I'm saying it now. He's gonna win offensive player of the year. He's going to be your fantasy wide receiver one, or he should be if you can get him. And he's also going to bring their team to the playoffs, I believe, at least as a wild card, if not um, as the NFC title, I would say. So they do beat the Packers. So the Packers do lose this game. So this is the Packers prediction right here. So they do lose this game. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to find his footing with his new receivers. He doesn't have Devontae Adams anymore. His most well-known receivers is Randall Cobb, and then after that is Christian Watkins, and then after that is Sammy Watkins. So we're gonna have to see how well they play with each other. So hopefully they can figure it out. But Aaron Rodgers plays his son right here. He plays the team that he's owned for his whole career, the Chicago Bears. He's easily gonna beat the Bears. Honestly, all you need to do is just get pressure on Justin Fields, and you guys will win the game. Or just it takes like 2 seconds to get to Justin Fields because his offensive line is not that good. It's like security at a freaking concert. They just quickly check you down and then you can go right past. That's what the Bears offensive line is going to do. They're just going to let Rashawn Gary go. They're just going to let all their freaking defensive linemen go and their linebackers. They're just going to obliterate the Bears offensive line. I think the way that the Bears win this game is Justin Fields' running ability and Montgomery's running ability too. So hopefully they can figure that out. So I think the Bears, and I think the Bears are going to lose this game. The Packers start off 1-1. Next, they play the Buccaneers. They lose this game because the Buccaneers are so heavily outmatched to every team. I think the only teams that they can really compare to are the Chargers, the Rams, and the Bills. I think the only weakness the Bills have now is a punter, and I would say a second linebacker to help out with. I can't think of his name right now, but to help him out. But yeah, I think they need to help him out, and then they have a good pass rush. I would say it's a pretty good defense, a top five defense, that's for sure, and a top five offense. A great kicker in Bass. So we're gonna have to see how well they play, but I think the Bills are gonna win the division for the AFC East. I'm a Patriots fan, so I do think they are still gonna win. I'm not being biased. I think the Patriots will have a 10-7 or 11-6 record. I think 10-7 is probably the most reasonable. I think they're gonna have the same success as they did last year. So first, where this is the Packers prediction. So I do say that they are gonna lose to the Buccaneers. Tom Brady is gonna have a great season again, just because now he added Julio Jones. What weakness does that team have now? Just tight end, really? They got Mason Rudolph. That's a downgrade from Tom Brady, and from Rob Gronkowski. Sorry, but still, it's crazy to think about that. They still have that great of a team. They didn't really have that much of a downgrade. Their only weakness, I would say now, is actually their offensive line. Their offensive line has had some injuries, but I think they will figure it out because they are protecting Tom Brady. And when you are protecting Tom Brady, you want to do it with your life because he will get mad at you and he will coach you how to do it right. Even though he is a quarterback, he will tell you how to do something right, even if you are in a different position. So they start off. This is their record now, 1-2. Next, they play the Patriots. I think they beat the Patriots just because Mac Jones he's still developing. I think he's going to have a great career, but he's still developing. I think this is going to be a little bit of a shoot off here, and then the Packers will win on the last drive or a final kick. I think it's going to come down to the final drive, but I think they do win this game. It is going to be a good game. It is going to be a run game, I think, here. I think both of these teams are going to be running the ball a lot. I think this is going to be Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson versus Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Whatever running back gets the most yards and receiving yards is going to win this game. And I think it's going to be the Packers just because of Aaron Jones's receiving ability. So I think they are going to have now a record of 2-2, and then they win 3 straight games. So now they are 5-2 right here. So 5-2. They play the Giants. I don't know what person thinks the Giants are going to beat that many teams. I don't know what team they can beat. It's going to be pretty hard for them to beat any team. They're not going to beat the Lions if they play the Lions. The Lions are actually a pretty decently good team now. They are on the come up. They will be a good team in the next 3 to 4 years. I'm saying that now. So they do beat the Giants easily. They do beat the Jets pretty easily. I think the Jets are actually not that bad of a team anymore. They still aren't a good team, but they're not like super insane. They're under average, I would say, or around average. They're not like at that good tier. They're not at like really crappy, like I would say, like the Giants or other teams like that, or the Commanders. But the Jets are actually not that terrible of a team. That being said, they are still going to lose this game to the Packers just because it's Aaron Rodgers and he still will figure out a way to get their team to the playoffs. Now they just have to hope that they don't play the 49ers in the playoffs because the 49ers will probably beat them. It is a proven fact. Honestly, it is pretty crazy that every time they do play the 49ers win. Next, the Commanders. I don't know what else to say. It's the Commanders. They're not going to do too much against the Packers. So they are 5-2. And then they play the Bills. I think the Bills are Super Bowl favorites. So I think they do lose to the Bills. Josh Allen is a great player. He is a great quarterback. So I think they lose to the Bills. They are 5-3 now, and now they become 6-3 because I don't know who's going to be able to beat the Bills. I think their only loss could possibly in the division will be the Patriots. They usually split off wins right there. Usually, sometimes that's what they did last year. I understand it was that really cold game, but still, they usually do split off wins against them. So they are 5-3 now. Now they are 6-3 because they play the Lions, and then 7-3, and then 8-3, and then I think become 8-4 right here. But I am going to be talking about this right now. So they do beat the Lions. The Lions are on a come up, but the Aaron Rodgers does play pretty well against anyone in his division in the NFC North. So I think they are going to win that game. Cowboys fans, if you are watching this, I do not care what you guys are going to say. I think the Eagles are going to win the division. I think the Eagles are the better team now. I don't care that Trayvon Diggs got 11 interceptions and made the first team All Pro and all that. I do not care. He let up so many yards that is now being shown why he's not a good corner. He's getting burned by everyone. He even got burned by someone that played special teams and they just put in that receiver at the Chargers versus Cowboys. I think he was a. I don't even think he was a starting like a third string receiver or anything like that. I think he just got burned by anyone and everyone. So I think the Cowboys are going to have a weak corner room. I think they do have a good front seven though. I just don't think they have a good corner room. So I think I said they are 8-3 now or something like that because their losses are to here. Let's see, one loss here, second loss there, third loss, fourth loss. So they have only lost 4 games so far. And then so the Titans are gonna outrun them, but I think the Packers are gonna be better, well coached because of Matt LaFleur and then Aaron Rodgers. I don't trust Ryan Tannehill's passing ability. He showed it in the playoffs last year against the Bengals. He just choked in the final drive. So I think they do beat the Titans right there. Eagles are a surprising team, honestly. The Eagles are a team that is going to do pretty good, I would say. I think they're going to have a great year. Honestly, let's see here. I think the Eagles will win by a touchdown. This is going to be a good game because it is on a prime time thing. Is on at 5:20, so it is. I think the Sunday Night Football. I can't quite tell from the date, but I think that might be Sunday Night Football. And then we have yeah, that is Sunday Night Football. And then next they play the Bears. So they do lose the Eagles. I think that's going to be a good game. Don't say that. Don't tell me it's wrong. They do have a great receiving core. They do have good tight ends. They do have good running backs. They do have a good defense. And I think the Eagles will win the division because they are perfectly well rounded, I would say. Next, they play the Bears. Nothing more to say there. They beat the Bears every year. They give the Bears hope by giving them a little bit of a lead, and then they come back and then just obliterate them for some reason because they just think it's funny, which it is. Next, then they play the Rams. They lose to the Rams just because the Rams are like a Super Bowl team, I would say. And then they win the rest of these games. Not too much to talk about here. Just like I said with the last two teams, they already played them. The same reasons. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have to play harder because he is playing for the playoff spot. I think the Vikings and Packers will possibly have the same record. I always forget how they determine it when they have the same record and they split off the wins or whatever in the division. So we're gonna have to see. But I think they only lose 5 games. So I think 12-5 is their final record. And that is actually pretty good because that's still with them losing Devontae Adams. So I think that is going to be their final record. 12-5, I think will be their final record. If you guys do think the same thing with what I said, make sure you guys do drop it in the comments. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace out.